Second baseman, number 6, JoJo Adams. Playing left field, number 24, Maddox Evans. Playing right field, number 3, Alex Rodriguez. Playing first base, number 19, Mason Johnson. Batting DH for the Wildcats, number 7, Jonathan Orr. On the mound for the Wildcats, number 12, Braden Jackson. Catcher behind the plate, number 34, Sailor Wilcox. Playing center field, Keaton Whittle, number 5. Playing third base, number 2, Ace Vasquez. The Wildcats are coached by Greg Branch, assisted by Cody Hines, that is Lowry, and Kyle Hay. And now, the lineup for your Marshall Mavericks. Starting with our reserves. Escorting number 20, Aiden Lewis, is Coach Muller. I appreciate Coach Muller for coaching me every day and for putting up with me and my way and my shenanigans and pushing me to be better. Once again, that is number 20, Aiden Lewis. Our next reserve is number 17, Preston Rotondo. Preston Rotondo is being escorted by Coach Martinez. Coach Martinez teaches Spanish too. I appreciate Coach Martinez because he has taught me how to speak Spanish, which can be helpful to me in the real. Next is number 18, Preston Reeves. Being escorted with him is Mr. Goldberg. Mr. Goldberg teaches 10th grade chemistry. Thank you for supporting me in class and always pushing me to do better. Once again, that is number 18, Preston Reeves. And now the starting lineup for tonight's contest. Taking the mound for your Mavericks, number 2, Casey Cross. Casey is escorted by Mrs. Summer, who taught him in kindergarten. I appreciate Mrs. Summer because of her endless patience, kindness, and care while helping young children learning how to grow and to feel confident. It's number 2, Casey Cross. Next up, playing first base, number 4, Kenan Thurman. Kenan Thurman is being escorted by Miss Melissa Shaw, teaches 12th grade math. She puts a lot of effort into teaching. She's always encouraging me to give my best. Her dedication to patience has inspired me to excel in everything I do. Once again, that is number 4, Kenan Thurman. Next up, playing shortstop, number 11, Jack Weaver. Jack is being escorted by Miss Shirley Weaver, who taught ELA and history. Her hard work and dedication, she has taught for over 59 years. I appreciate how she's not only taught us school, but taught us life lessons. Love you, Shirley. Once again, that is number 11, Jack Weaver. Next up is number 1, playing second base, Bryce Alexander. Bryce is being escorted by Mrs. Duncan, a 2nd grade teacher. Mrs. Duncan has been nothing but a positive role model for me throughout my whole life. She has not just been a teacher to me, but instead, she's been the person I can always talk to about my life. She has been like a mother, a grandma to me, another grandma to me. Ever since we met when I was 8 years old, and I will never be able to thank her enough for her kindness, loving heart, and constant motivation in life. Thank you, Mrs. Duncan, for everything. Once again, that is number 1, Bryce Alexander. Next, playing left field, number 7, Aldo Enriquez. He is being escorted by Mr. Mullinox, who has taught history and 12th grade. I I appreciate Mr. Mullinuts because he makes his class interesting and tries to make his class as fun as possible. The best thing about him is all the Among Us he runs in his class. Once again, that's number 7, Aldo Enriquez. Next up is number 8, playing right field, Josiah Griffin. Josiah is being escorted by Mr. Pate, who teaches history. He appreciates how he was always there to talk to and how funny he is. He always knows what to say to make you laugh when you're in a bad mood. Once again, that is number 8, Josiah Griffin. Next up, number 22, Deuce Hurd, who is behind the plate. He's being escorted by Coach Punjack, who also teaches English for 11th grade. I appreciate you always trying your best in making English fun and exciting to learn. Once again, that is Deuce Hurd. Next up, number 16, third base, Grant Jones. Grant is being escorted by Mrs. Burke, who teaches 11th grade world history. I appreciate Mrs. Burke because she makes learning about the past interesting. She encourages me and my classmates to think for ourselves and form our own opinions. Whether it's schoolwork or when I need advice, I know Ms. Burke will always be available for guidance. Once again, that is number 16, Grant Jones. And playing center field, number 3, Aiden Green. Aiden Green is being accompanied by Ms. Dunn, who teaches English. I appreciate Ms. Dunn because she helps me become a better writer, and she makes reading and learning more interesting. Once again, that is number 3, Aiden Green. Your Mavericks are coached by Jackson Hood, assisted by Brandon Carnes, James Muller, and Hayden Goldsmith.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and kindly remove your caps. And to honor America, join us for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, it is Tuesday night here in East Texas. Jason Cavazos, Keith Whitman here, and we are in Marshall for tonight's second round of district here in Region 2, District 10 baseball. And the Whitehouse Wildcats have traveled to play the Marshall Mavericks. And Jason, how's it going, man?
Man, it's going great. We got, I'm looking at the flag in center field. It is blowing out to left field, but it's a gentle breeze. It's not like the monsoon winds we've had in the last few games.
We did have a little bit of a nice weekend wind storm come through. And last Friday, we were at Whitehouse. And Friday night was the nice wind coming through, and Whitehouse won that ball game. Then we traveled to Mount Pleasant and they played the Mount Pleasant Tigers, and unfortunately came up short on that game. But they're starting over. It's starting over in district. Marshall was their first game in district. They won it 10-0 back on March the 3rd, and that was their first one. And now they're sitting in the 4th place spot at 5-3 in district and 10-9 overall. Marshall is sitting in 7th in district, 2-6, 7-11-2 overall for the season. So, going to be a good game, I would imagine. Marshall has only beaten Tyler High and Jacksonville, both of those teams sitting at 0-6 on district play. So we're going to see an interesting setup. Casey Cross on the bump for the Mavs, and Braden Jackson will be on the mound for the Wildcats when we get things started. So we're excited about how things are going to go. And just a reminder, or not a reminder, but just an update. We were going to have 2 games this week. We are still going to have 2 games, but one of the games is going to be played on Thursday due to Good Friday this week with everything being closed. However, because of inclement weather possibly happening on Thursday, Thursday's game between Jacksonville has been moved to tomorrow night. So Whitehouse will play Jacksonville tomorrow night at Whitehouse instead of Thursday night. So we will be on the call tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the Whitehouse Wildcat Athletic Complex to bring you the Jacksonville Indians game between Whitehouse and Jacksonville. All right, I think we're about ready to get things started. And Ben Reed, Ben the Jet, as my wife calls, step up to the plate and get things started.
Yeah, and you got Colton Cross on the mound. You got a 2.72 ERA, 4 appearances, 18 innings pitched, 13 hits allowed, 9 runs, 7 earned. 13 walks given up with 11 Ks, so a little bit of problem with control sometimes it looks like, but still solid numbers.
Here's the first pitch by Cross. That's going to be high for ball 1. And so Cross is going to look into Reed. Reed struggled last game just a little bit. That's going to be in there for a strike, says the umpire. Anxious to see how the Wildcats come back after that loss on Saturday. They played a really, really tough game against Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is in the top of the bracket. High fly ball into left field as Aldo Enriquez gets in there for out number 1 with a great play. So after the fly out, JoJo Adams is going to head to the plate.
Yeah, JoJo's ready to go. I mean, I love watching him run.
Man, he does have some speed. He's hit quite a few triples this season so far.
You know, and he's always a threat. You have to be, as an infielder, ready for the bunt because he's a threat for a bunt single anytime.
In there for a strike.
All right, JoJo, you know what you want. Pick it up.
Cross looks in. And that's going to be a pop fly infield. And looks like Weaver, shortstop's going to come in, call everybody off, and make the catch for out number 2. So it looks like he was going to swing. Adams was swinging pretty hard. Just got too much underneath it. Popped it high for out number 2. Unable to really do anything.
Yeah, and it's kind of that no man's land behind the mound where you got everybody converging. Good job by the shortstop to call everybody off. Weaver got everybody to clear out and made the catch.
And that's a good hit. Foul back. And really, I'll tell you what, Maddox looked kind of iffy on that swing. He really didn't put all into it.
Yeah, it's kind of a defensive swing.
Yeah. It was a good pitch by Cross. And I think if Maddox would have put a little bit more mustard on it, he probably could have put something on. And into the outfield. That's going to be down and a little outside for ball 1. So 1-1 now the count.
Good try by Deuce Hurd to try to get that frame job in, but umpire didn't buy it.
That's going to go into right field for a base hit. Maddox goes, and he's going to hit on So he'll be on the pond for the Wildcats. Maddox does really well with that right field base hit situation.
Yeah, there were quite a few last game against Mount Pleasant. I mean, not the result that the Wildcats wanted, but quite a few when they would get those hits were pulled to that right side of the infield between second base and the first baseman.
Alex Rodriguez steps in. Looking to do some damage. Now with not much wind going, he has the ability to put the ball anywhere he wants to. We've watched him a lot this season really go opposite field and put down that line. He's really good at that, at putting it right down the line. Cross throws it over to first and trying to check Maddox, but of no avail. It's high into the backstop. Maddox is going to go. Evans is going to go to second base. And that advances the runner.
Yeah, that one just slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, I think he tried to stop it, and it just kind of went high on him. And that happens. I've seen a lot of pitchers do that. And there's just not much you can do once you commit. So Cross from the stretch checks the runner at second. Still looking. Now he's ready. Here comes home. And that's going to put in there for stride, now 1-1. I want to thank you for watching. We do appreciate. Go ahead and chat with us. We do have the chat option open. And let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. We love to talk to our viewers. Cross looking in. Checking the runner 2 or 3 times. That's going to be on the outside and a little bit too inside. It did look to me like it was on the chalk line of the right-handed batter's box for a ball.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough for those Marshall fans because looking from that side over there, you know, that was a beautiful looking pitch. Just about 6 inches out.
And we try as we can. We are tonight behind the plate a little bit off to the left. But we are able to see it. And that's going to be a good hit right center field. Back goes Griffin, and it's going to hit the wall. Aiden Green was there, but it's going to be a slide-in double for A-Rod, and run scores. And Whitehouse is on the board.
There's that two-out damage again that Whitehouse has been pretty good on this season.
It's like they fiend for it a little bit. And we have a chat from Robin. Says rooting for Hunter Cook from Weatherford, Oklahoma. I think Robin talked with us last game. So welcome back.
We promise we'll be better. Maybe.
We're fans of Hunter Cook.
Oh, yeah.
So Cross going to look in. Still a runner on second again. And I think that's going to be out. Mason Johnson's going to hit it out into right field. That's going to be caught by Griffin, and that's going to be out number 3. But the damage does happen just a little bit. Whitehouse gets on the board early in the ball game with a double from A-Rod, brings in Maddox Evans. We're done with the top half of the first. We'll be right back. You're watching Whitehouse Baseball on Tuesday night on NETSN.
I'm Jamie Whitley, your local expert in the calm in your real estate storm. If life's telling you it's time to make a move, I'll help you do it without making you lose your mind or your money. Let's find your next move together.
And we are back.
Make some good contact.
Designated hitter Jonathan Orr stepping in.
Number 7 DH Jonathan.
And he's going to face Cross. Wildcats up 1-0 here in the top of the second. And it's a beautiful night for baseball out here. A little bit cloudy, but not too bad. That's going to bounce on in. I want to do a shout out to my beautiful wife and my son Walker, who are watching tonight. They're at home. Didn't want to make the trip out here. I don't blame him. Here's a pitch. Bounce that one in as well, so 2 balls.
Keep an eye on him. He ain't getting there yet.
Or waiting on the pitch. It's an interesting windup that Cross has. Have you been watching him on that? It's kind of a little stutter step. It's just not much of a kick either.
No,
Maybe it's just me.
And he kind of rushes at times. You'll see him.
Look, I mean, he's got the kick, but the whole little, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. Or he's going to take a walk down to first base. And the Wildcats, again, going to have somebody on the pond.
Yeah, and he's just got to calm down. Cross just has to relax, make his throws,
Catcher, number 34,
and
Sailor Wilcox.
just, if nothing else, let him hit it. You got 8 other guys behind you
Oh, yeah.
looking to make a play.
Sailor Wilcox kind of squaring around for a bunt. That's a little, whatever that is. He is going to bunt it down. Cross comes off, going to throw it down to first, and that sacrifice bunt. It works, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's going to advance or over to second base.
Yeah, good job. You got a job to do it. And Sailor did a great job getting the bunt down. You wondered, as early as he showed it, you wondered, is he going to come back and slash?
Well, I think that's why he stood up. Usually, when you square for a bunt, you're gonna squat down, you're gonna be ready. But no, he did exactly what I think it was planned to do, is keep him guessing. Keaton Whittle now to the plate. Hadn't really seen much of him this season during the district. He's going to break down 2, pull it back, but it doesn't matter as the umpire says strike.
Come on, number 5. Pick yours and hit it.
Yeah, he had to watch that first one. That effort he put out there on that ball hit out to him. Those 3 steps might have hurt him a little.
Whittle again squares away, around, Turned into the preacher from Princess Bride for a second. Now Wedge. 2 strikes to Whittle.
Now Whittle, I think Whittle's chomping at the bit to get in the game. I'm glad to see him. 2 bunt attempts, nothing there. Now I figure he's going to swing away, see if he can put something in play and get Jonathan Orr back into the plate.
Cross takes a look. Pitch is high.
Yeah, that's a little high.
That's going to be 1-2 now. So Whittle got a little bit of a reprieve on that one.
All the way back, kid.
So now he can kind of pick and choose. He needs to just wait for his pitch. Cross checks second. Goes back to Orr. Kind of good job.
Good job
by
by Weaver.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Do they even do that anymore?
See, I know how to do that, though. I'll just get you a fully loaded Coke.
No, I can't have that.
I know. Then you'll give it to me, and it'll all work out.
There you go. See? We worked together too long doing this. Cross brings it home and does a little bit of a breaking ball. And I tell you what, that was so much of a ball, but Deuce Hurd tried to sell. I mean, that guy's used car sales on that one. He just held it.
And it was a good break. It just started way too far up and in. So
he released that way too early, and if he would have released it just a tad later, it would have broke perfectly, just like that hit by pitch. I thought that one would have broken if it wouldn't have, hit the batter.
Yeah, I think
that would have gone perfectly.
Number 2, third baseman Ace Vasquez.
So 2 on for the Wildcats. 1 out.
Line drive, let's go.
And Vasquez stepping in. Vasquez sometimes is a clutch player in these types of positions. It's kind of fun to watch him. You
Yeah.
look at him, you think, oh, 9-hole batter, he's nothing. No. Vasquez, he'll hit it out there in left center and keep you guessing. Or he'll bunt it down the third. Oh, and he takes a hit. And 2 back-to-back hit by pitches puts the bases loaded for the Wildcats, and that's going to bring out a visit. And I think Coach Hood's just going to try to settle down his pitcher for a sec.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try to jam these hitters.
Well, there's a difference in jamming and beating up.
Yeah, you want to try to jam them, but, I mean, he just can't quite get the release down to keep it inside but not on them. Because, I mean, you know, like you said, Vasquez, 9-hole hitter, but if he extends on one, it's going for a little ride.
Well, not only that, and I mean, you're in a dangerous position now because you have bases loaded with that hit by pitch, and now you're at the top of the lineup with Reed, Adams, and Evans. You're 1, 2, 3 batters.
Yes.
Which is another reason I'm betting that Coach Hood came out and is having a little talk with him. Like, calm down. You got your top 3 coming in. So Ben Reed stepping in. He flew out last inning.
I'm sure he'd take another one of those.
Drive it, buddy.
Now you need to see how Orr's going to go.
Hit the hole.
If he's going to, and now Ben Reed's going to hit it out in the right field and is going to ants. We might have a play at the plate, and no, they're going to stop him in a, we're going to have another run come, as that's going to be, Thurman threw it over to second. Alexander missed it. It went out into center field, and another run came in. I think 2 more runs came in, actually. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, 3 runs scored.
I was looking down to mark something on my. So a base hit turned into a double, but it was originally just a base hit. And now JoJo Adams comes in with 1 on, 1 out. 3 runs have come in for the Wildcats. They lead 4-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and outside. Just a tad outside, but a little bit too low to get anything.
Oh.
And that's going to be a fly ball out into left center field. And a good job by Enriquez to get it, but it's doing exactly what it was supposed to do by Adams, and that sacrifice fly brings in another run.
Yeah, and 3 of those 4 runs so far that they've scored were on free bases. You know, you had the walk to start off the inning, moved into scoring position by the sack bunt, but then hit by pitch. Then all it took was a single to bring at least 1, if not 2 in. The throw was cut off, error by the second baseman, and now, you know, 2 more have come across.
Foul ball. Evans hit a base hit down the right field out into right field, just past the first baseman. I'm sure Thurman is going to try to put himself in a position to keep that from happening again. Here's the pitch, low and outside. 1-1. So they gave it. I'm going to call. They gave an error on that one earlier. I'm going to call that an E3. Because Thurman threw it really kind of too low to be.
Oh, was it Thurman that made the cut?
He made the cut and the throw to second.
That's where the error was.
Yeah.
So I just glanced up and thought it was second base. So
no,
my apologies to the Mavericks.
That's going to be over to shortstop, and Weaver's going to get it. Throw it over to first. And it's going to be in time. And that's going to do it. But with 4 runs coming across, the Wildcats lead here in the top of the second, heading to the bottom. They lead 5-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on NETSN.
Today's real estate.
Bryce Alexander's going to lead things off here in the bottom of the second for the Mavs, hoping to eat into that lead that the Wildcats have, especially after the top of the second. Jackson with the pitch, and a little off the outside corner for a ball. Another pitch, and that's not really sure what was up with that one.
I think he's going to call it up. Just one of those.
If you're 4'1",
umpire preference calls.
I'm going to tap my head on that one. Tap my head on that one. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a pop fly ball over on the right field side. And I think Adams is going to say, I'm going to take that one from you. I think A-Rod was like, dude, I had it.
Man, I'm out here.
I ran all this way, and you're going to take that away from me. Really? He's doing the – sorry. These kids weren't even born when this song came
know.
out.
Hey, Aldo recognizes a classic.
Mm-hmm. Parenting win right there.
Love it.
That's going to go right back up.
Good
and hit. A good hit. It's the song. It has to be. As Aldo Enriquez
it's the song
gets
and
the base hit.
And the soccer cleats.
Yep.
Now batting for your Mavericks, number 8, Josiah Griffin.
So Josiah Griffin stepping in. Right fielder. Got a runner on first now. I'll tell you what, I got a chat question for you. What's the most iconic walk-up song for a batter that you've ever heard of? Not you yet. We'll go this. We got a good 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So think about that. We got a question on the board. What's the most iconic walk-up song for a batter that either you've ever heard or you think would be? Most iconic walk-up song for a batter. We'll be right back. Heading to the top of the third. Don't go anywhere. And we are back here in Marshall as Wildcats lead 5-0. And I think Alex Rodriguez is up next.
Yeah, A-Rod is up.
He had a double at his last at-bat.
And I'm sure he would love to bounce one off that center field wall again.
Oh, yeah. I imagine he'd be glad to put one over.
Yeah, that'd probably be pretty good.
It's going to be inside for a ball. So the question on the board right now for third inning, we'll do a third inning question, is the best and most iconic walk-up song for a batter. Either, no, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter where, but either pros, whatever, college, high school, but best walk-up song for a batter. In there for a strike. Good pitch by Casey Cross.
So I want to know who's going to choose Baby Shark.
My son. Actually, no, I'll tell you what my son would choose. My son has a favorite song. My son Walker, his favorite song is Dragula by Rob Zombie. He loves that song as that hit gets out into left field right in between Weaver's legs as a base hit by A-Rod. So just like that, the Wildcats have another runner on.
First baseman Mason Johnson.
But yeah, Dragula, he always, when we're going to school in the morning, he's like, Dad, play Dragula. Okay. And he starts singing it. Yep. Dragula by Rob Zombie. That's a parenting win too.
Yes.
Robin says, all I do is win.
There we go.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We like that one. Mason Johnson up to bat. He had a fly out his last at bat, back at the first. What would be yours?
Man, there's seriously so many of them. I mean, I used to like, Here Comes the Boom by Nelly.
Yeah.
But that, to me, is more of a football song.
I think mine would be Inner Sandman by Metallica. That
I
would be
got to
mine.
go. I view that as a pitching one just because of Mariano Rivera.
Well, yeah, if you want to go yeah, I can see that. And we have a runner go, and safe.
High tag.
Well, and I have to get the throw was there. However, I think that Alexander was in a little bit precarious position. He was in front of the base, and he was trying to get it. He kind of threw back. So
Yeah.
what really just couldn't get there. But a good throw by Hurd. Want to know the count? Squaring up. Johnson, he's going to just put that right down the third base line. Beautiful bunt. And a play at first is not in time and is going to go past.
Toe was off.
And the toe was off, but it didn't matter. It goes into right field. And Johnson is going to head to third, slide in head first. And he hustled hard. And he gets into third. And another run comes in for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I said the throw, not the toe. The throw was
Oh,
off.
I thought you said the toe. Oh,
No.
I apologize. But
No.
my bad.
There was no way third base was going to get him. I mean, that was just a perfect bunt. Great attempt by the third baseman, Jones, but he kind of rushed it. Throw was off. Thurman wasn't able to get it, and now he's sitting on third.
And they're actually going to give that an E6 or an E5, which I would say would be an E3, but it was off.
it was
Well,
off.
not really. It was off, so yeah.
Yeah, it's an E5, base hit E5.
That's going to be a fly ball right field. And Griffin is dropping. It dropped right in front. Fair ball. So it's a base hit. And another run scores. Waiting to see what they're going to call on it.
I call it a double.
I call it a double as well.
I mean, it was just in no man's land. Not much he could do.
34 Sailor Wilcox.
And I believe that's what they're going to call it for Orr is a double. And here comes Sailor Wilcox. He had a sacrifice bunt his last at bat. $7-0.
I hate that out there for Josiah Griffin, the right fielder. That was all he could do. That was just in no man's land. He ran for that ball, just couldn't quite get to it.
As Cross checks, bunts is right back. And another sacrifice bunt. As Wilcox is just doing what he needs to do to put people in scoring position. Because once again, that's what he does. Sacrifice bunt is putting people in scoring position.
Yep. And I know it's frustrating to some of the Mavericks, but, you know, if you don't like it, stop it. That's
That's all you got to do.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's just, we've been told that before when we played, so.
Keaton Whittle with 1 out, 1 on. He's going to hit that one over to the shortstop. Actually, that hits the third. As Grant Jones comes across, does a good job to get it, but another run comes over, and it's going to be a ground out for Whittle. Now Ace Vasquez, he had a hit by pitch, his last at bat. As the Wildcats go to 8-0 now. 3 runs have come across in the top of the third. That looked like a good pitch by Cross. I didn't see anything wrong with that one.
The only thing was it kind of carried the catcher over a little. I think it was a strike, but I think it carried the catcher's glove just a little bit. And when that umpire sees that glove move like that, sometimes they'll just automatically go to it. Sorry. Saw something that kind of tickled me just a little. It was thuggish and ruggish.
Here's Cross with the pitch. Had a good little movement, but just a bit high. Vasquez steps in. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's good. Ooh, that broke over. Good. That was actually a pretty good pitch.
That was the one he was looking for.
That
last
was
inning.
yeah. When he hit him that time, yeah. Last inning, but that one actually broke. 2-2 is the count. And here's the pitch. That one's going to go in right field, but it's going to go foul as Thurman tried to get there.
And that was a good pitch. That thing broke across. There was nothing that Vasquez could do but foul that off. There was no way to get that one fair. You get that one fair, you're rolling over big time.
Yeah.
All you're doing is tapping it in to the pitcher.
I agree. Here's the pitch. And that's going to go a little bit foul.
I'm not real sure what the dugout's doing. I keep getting flashbacks to the old TV show Cheers because I think Norm just walked in. I just hear, ooh. 2. Okay. I get it.
So full count.
That has to be what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right. And a good solid hit. It's going to right field, and a good catch by Josiah Griffin. And so just like that, we are done with the top of the top of the fourth. I lost my train of thought for a second. We're done with the top of the fourth. We'll be right back. You're watching.
I'm Jamie Whitley, your local expert in the calm in your real estate storm. If life's telling you it's time to make a move, I'll help you do it without making you lose your mind or your money. Let's find your next move together.
And we are back here, top of the fourth.
Nope, bottom of third.
Bottom of the, wait.
Mavericks home team, bottom of third.
Okay, well then they have it wrong on
Yeah.
on the scoreboard.
Hey,
We're at the bottom of the third.
I'm not complaining because those guys are doing a good job
I know.
up there overall.
Because I was going. That's what I was wondering about that. Because I said that right. I thought I did. So my bad.
It is the bottom of the third. The score is still correct. Up.
Come on, go get him. Go 1-2.
Okay, sorry, I'm confused. Anyway, because we are connected to the scoreboard here at the field in Marshall, so we go by whatever they go by, and they're showing top of the fourth. So, pardon me, we do what we got to do.
Come on, go get him. Go get him.
So Deuce Hurd is sitting at an even count, 2-2. And here's the pitch by Jackson. And that's good, solid hit out into left field. And I'll tell you what, Maddox Evans got a little bit of a slippage there when he tried to start going after it. And it's going to be a stand-up double by Deuce Hurd.
Yeah, and prior to this inning, you know, it's been 3 batters faced. He's faced the minimum so far, but he's had hits in both innings. But good job by the defense. First one thrown out, attempting to steal. Second one, 6-4-3 double play.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at 7-8-9, but 7 just hit a hard double to left. So Jones is going to try to get out of this.
And, almost got him.
Yeah, he almost did.
Whew, that was close.
I think if that,
But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
yeah,
So,
I think if that throw was down just a bit. But still, great play. Great job by the runner to get back.
and he squares away, goes after it, and that's going to be a strike. Almost gets him again. And I think that went under his that went under Hurd's leg. So now the count is just 0-1 for Grant Jones.
Oh,
You got to be careful. He's a little bit too close to be throwing it. He was only just a tad or two off.
well, I think the whole design thing, they were trying to get him to see all that movement over there and think that they were squaring for bunt.
Yeah.
And he hopefully wasn't going to pay attention to what Ben Reed was doing back there, but he stayed home and made it back easy.
And that's kind of a pretty bunt if it would have stayed in, but it didn't.
JoJo Adams almost fielded it on third baseline.
I know, right? 0-2 now the count. And we're going to remind you it is the bottom of the third. But again, I think the scoreboard person accidentally put it to the top of the fourth. We are connected to their scoreboard here, so it happens. Trust me, from a guy who has done the scoreboard. A little razzle-dazzle by the Wildcats. They do a little fake. It went out into the outfield, and I think Hurd has heard that before.
I think he had.
I need to get that on my thing.
Yes.
So he didn't fall for it.
I think we pulled just about every trick play out just this half inning.
Oh, that looked pretty.
It had to be out.
Not sure. Nah.
It had to be because it.
Or he just didn't see it or didn't want it. I don't know, either one. 1-2 now the count. I had to have my dad joke of the game. I hadn't had one yet. And I got to give the fans what they love, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Other than baseball.
It's for the people.
It is. That's what I do it for. That, and if my daughter's watching, I need her to roll her eyes. So.
I can hear the groan from San Marcos now.
Intern Claire always has to roll her eyes. 2-2 is the count. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This will be fouled back, so we're still going to do 2-2.
Good battle by Jones. You know, I mean, so far, Jackson is just at 29 pitches. So he's been really efficient.
And that's going to be fouled off as well.
Keep him swinging. Come on.
Jackson calls a little bit of a break there. I think he wanted a new pitch. I didn't think he liked that. 2-2 count again. Here's the pitch. And a good, solid hit left field. And Evans is back. And he'll catch it to the wall and throw it in.
Good barrel, good battle by Grant Jones, the third baseman for the Mavericks. Just under a little much. And because of that, fly out to Evans.
So Aiden Green now stepping in. Still runner on second.
Go get him.
1 out. Back in time is Hurd. Also a great song by Huey Lewis and the News. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. There's probably a lot of people going, who?
Breaks down, bunt for Green, and pops backwards. No balls, 1 strike now.
Looks like he's trying to angle that one to the first base side, which is the smart play. If you can get first base to try to field that out in the green, you got a chance to beat it out.
You know, it's turned into a pretty nice night. Wind is blowing a little bit out of the right field side, but it's really just nice, calm, and cool.
Yeah, field
Collected,
level.
like me. Swing and a miss. So 0-2.
One more. Go get him.
You know, they call me nice, cool, and collected too.
Yeah, I was looking at this. He's the 9th batter for the Mavericks. There's only been 1 strikeout
Yeah.
so far by Jackson, but like I said, he's pitched efficient.
Here's a pitch. Way outside. Good job by Wilcox to keep it in front. Yeah, the contrast in the pitches is extreme. 34 pitches for Jackson. This inning has actually probably been his most pitches in the game. Good pitch as he breaks that one over for strike number 3 and a strikeout. Speaking of strikeouts.
Yeah, and Green knew it.
Yeah.
When it landed, he just started walking back to the dugout.
So back to the top of the lineup as Casey Cross is going to step in. He had a base hit back in the first inning. And a pretty good solid first hit, base hit for the Mavs. Mavs down 8-0 here in the bottom of the third, trying to gain some traction back. Jackson with the pitch, and that's fouled off by Cross. Pitcher versus pitcher here.
Yeah, that was a nasty pitch, too.
Yeah, that one had a lot of little movement on it.
Yeah, the bat went to where the ball was. When he started the swing, it just dove.
Here's the pitch, and did it again. Oh, that's gonna hit him. God, that's 2 back-to-back pitches with that just drop off the table type of pitch. And that one off the end of the bat hit cross right off the toe. And that's going to go over third base side. And Reed has it and just not able to get any kind of power over to first base. But he saved it.
Yeah, it was a great backhand.
Oh, yeah, he kept the runners from advancing anymore because Hurd is still on second base.
Yeah, that just great piece of defense. Just could not get any momentum, any kind of leverage behind that throw. And a good job, I will say, also by Johnson over at first, because he knew the runner was going to be safe. He came off the bag running at it to keep that runner at second.
Here's the pitch, and a solid hit left field, left center actually, and that's going to go off the wall, and now a run's going to come in, and 2 runs are going to come in. A play at the plate maybe, and he's out. 1 run only came in, and that's going to be the 3rd out. I called it a little bit too soon, my bad, and didn't realize that he had an arm like that.
Yes.
Wow. And so one run came across for the Mavs, and that'll be through 3 here. And Marshall will be right back. You're watching Wildcat Baseball on NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
Today.
And that's what the Mavs are trying to do, is stay alive in this ball game. They got 1 run across at the bottom of the 3rd. Here we are in the top of the 4th. And the Wildcats going to try to add to their 8-1 lead and hopefully try to go home early for them. That's what they're looking to do.
Yeah, and they've done a real good job this game. You know, I remember talking about it when they played Nacogdoches, about how they kept leaving runners on base. They left so many runs in scoring position on the bases of that game. This game right here, they've only left 1 runner on base for the entire game.
And now, excuse me. So Ben Reed's going to head to the plate. And it is the top of the 4th. For some reason, it's still
tracking one ahead.
So I can't. Each time there's a change on the scoreboard, I can't change it. So we'll keep you on top of that, so to speak. But that's where it's going to stay. The score is correct though, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, they're doing everything great with the score, with the balls and strikes, all that. It's just that one section.
And it's hard to go backwards.
Yeah, there's some of them. It's just like, no, we're just going to let it roll.
And a good hit, deep left field, and good catch. Aldo Enriquez was there. That was to the proverbial warning track out there in left field, and that's out number 1.
Solid barrel. That's twice Enriquez out there has gotten him, but still, I mean, you can't complain if you're barreling it like that. Sometimes that's just how baseball goes.
That is how baseball go. So now JoJo Adams is stepping in.
A little inside. He's 0 for 1 with the sack fly in the game.
Wait till he comes to you, JoJo.
And that's in there for a strike. And another good solid hit. That's going to go in left center. And that's going to drop down and off the wall. And JoJo is going to round second and stay there.
Again, solid barrel right in the alley, left center. You know, you knew he was getting at least second on that. Good job by the Mavericks to get to that ball pretty quick, hold him to that double.
Trying to see if I could reset it, but it's actually, that's how it is on the scoreboard. I was looking at it in the app, but sorry about that. I was trying to help everybody.
Still top of the fourth.
That's going to be outside and low for Maddox Evans. He's had a base hit and a fly out.
Get a good one. Get
No, he had the ground out
Yeah.
6-3. So he grounded out to short.
Ground out. Sorry.
Yeah, the second time. But
Why
he
you
is-
always got to be just like my wife. Always got to be
I got to
correcting.
I got to be right
Again, just like my wife.
because I go home and I'm never right.
Well, just like me.
Yeah.
Cross setting it up. 1 ball, no strike. And they're going to try to get Adams, but he's a little bit too quick on the back. Again, we want to thank everybody for watching. It's always a pleasure to have all of our viewers, no matter who you're rooting for. And a good bunt foul. That didn't. If he'd have gotten a little bit more meat
Yeah.
on the bat, he might have gotten that right down the third base line.
Yeah, it looked like it just came off the tip of the barrel.
Automatic.
1-1 is the count. Cross taking a long look in. Now he's ready to go. Checking Adams over at second. One pitch and going to be outside. Maddox pulls back pretty quick.
Wait for yours.
And a good idea by Cross. You know they're trying to move Adams over. So try to make him get that second strike by sticking that bat out there and either missing or bunting it foul.
And pulls back, but it is in there for a strike. And Maddox now sitting at an even count, 2-2. Wildcats with 1 out. They don't want Maddox to be the second, so he's got to do something. Now it's a swing away time. He did have a good base hit earlier. And swing and a miss. And he is safe at third. That's JoJo Adams, but the strikeout counts to Maddox. And now A-Rod.
2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double. Started it off big with that double against the right center field wall. So I'm sure he'd look to repeat. Just all he's got to do is just get something past the infield, and Adams is there.
That's going to be a ball. That'll be 2-0.
Let him throw it away. Come on. Go get him.
And a good solid hit left center field. It's going to drop. And right over the shortstop. And a run comes in.
3 for 3 for number 3.
Yep, double and 2 base hits. Mason Johnson's going to step in. He got it on. He got on base by an E5 last time.
No, I'm gonna correct you. It was a single.
No,
Yeah, E5 was the throw.
but that's how he reached.
I think he'd have beat it. I
I
think
don't
he'd
know.
beat it.
I don't know. I'm going to correct you on that. I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I think he'd have beat that one. Oh,
Oh, swing and a miss.
good cut.
He wanted all that one. Good watch and hold by Johnson.
I'm gonna say this for the record.
Well, you can record it.
You and the scorekeeper had the exact same. I know they gave him an E on that one for the hit instead of the hit. I gave him the hit and I gave him the E on the extra bases.
Gotcha. And that's going to go off the glove of Hurd.
So
And
officially,
A-Rod's going to go.
officially you're correct, by the way.
Well, I'll take it.
Don't mean you're right, but you're correct.
I'm always correct. That doesn't mean I'm always right, but I'm always correct. 1-1 now the count. 2 outs for the Wildcats. Runner at second. That's going to go foul ball. So that'll put 2 strikes on the board for Johnson. I just watched the boy run. So I just was like,
I'm just glad to see 19 on the field.
oh, yeah.
Got to give a shout out to Big Country. Not with us tonight, but I always got to shout him out.
Looks like Mason Johnson could take 3 steps and hit first, though.
Yeah.
Sucker's got some long legs. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3. And that's going to be all for the Wildcats here in the top of the 4th. We're going to head down to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Today's real estate market.
And we are back for the bottom of the 4th. 9-1 is your score. And we got a chat from Courtney. She said, thank y'all for being there so we can watch from home. Let's go Wildcats. Well, you're very welcome, Courtney. We're glad to be here. As the first pitch is going to go off the glove of Mason Johnson. And he actually kept that one maybe from going a little bit more because that one was making a little bit of move.
You know, I probably would be saying something about that if I'm Whitehouse. Because My scorebook shows he had a double, and the throw that got the guy running home. But, that's the one thing about broadcasting, I guess. Huh, okay.
It's going to be high and outside.
Go get him, go get him.
One at a time, ladies, one at a time. Let's go.
Bryce Alexander. Runner on first.
Up.
Go on, go get him, go get him.
Yeah, that was a little high on the outside. Beautiful pitch, but just didn't carry like it should have.
No, that is a great location, especially for an 0-2 pitch.
Try to get him to go fishing.
Try to get him to get that. Look really good.
Worked on him a little bit. And did it again, but actually that was a little bit better location. That was actually a better pitch. It looked perfect to me, but I'm not getting paid behind the plate. So 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that's the exact same pitch, but this time it get called a strike.
Two more like that. Come on.
So now it's 3-1. Exact same location, two pitches in a row, 2 different calls. But that happens. That's how baseball goes. Jackson checks over. Here's the pitch. And a high fly ball into right field. And Rodriguez goes back with the catch. And out, number 1.
I imagine if Green would have, or excuse me, if Whittle would have came over to try to get that from A-Rod that time, there might have been an altercation.
Yeah, might have been some hands thrown. And here's
or JoJo go running out, because JoJo's quick enough to do it.
Aldo Enriquez. Had a base hit his last at bat. Throw over to first, not in time.
Come on. Infield, come.
And a beautiful pitch, but no call by the umpire. I would say it's probably outside, but
It was pretty.
it looked good to me. But I'm also to the side a little bit, but he's umpire's getting a little bit off on his locations here the later the game goes. Another pop fly into the right field. It's a little bit up on him. And another one for Rodriguez. And that's out number 2.
Now batting for your Mavericks, number 8, Josiah Griffin.
We talked about that whole where I thought that it should have been Alexander starting the inning, not Weaver.
Yeah.
That actually could end up helping the Wildcats if they get out of this with no run scored. They're going to be at the bottom of the Mavericks order.
In the 5th.
Ooh.
And great pitch as Griffin stayed a little bit too long into that break for bunt. So still a runner on first. And it swung on and missed by Griffin.
That was the exact same pitch.
It was. I wonder if he's going to try it again or if he's going to try a little breaking ball
Now,
or that high outside.
That letter high
Yeah.
fastball is where I would go. Me.
Yeah.
Of course, not me throwing it. 'Cause
0-2. And tries to go outside and low. And a great job by Wilcox to keep it in front of him. So 1-2 the count. here's the pitch. And a great job.
Third out. You have to put them out. Oh, thank you.
And Wilcox makes a mistake. But no, wait. Even with a runner on first?
Yes, with 2 outs,
Ooh.
you have to finish it. So,
Well, that's going to be.
drop third and a batter reach.
Yep. So that's an error.
It's a strikeout still.
Strikeout still.
It's E2.
So lapse in judgment by Wilcox there puts a runner on first after a strikeout.
A little flatulence of the cranium, but
Yep.
he'll bounce back.
Oh, yeah.
He's a solid catcher.
And that one's going to go over to Vasquez, and he's going to step on third and gets the out. And good job by Vasquez to go to the closest bag for the force out, and that erases any kind of flatulence you said. And that's going to be the end of that one. And we're going to head down to the top now. We're headed to the top of the fifth, right?
Top of the fifth.
Top of the fifth. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
Today, Amy Whitley, your local expert in the calm in your real estate storm. If life's telling you it's time to make a move, I'll help you do it without making you lose your mind or your money. Let's find your next move together.
Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning.
And we are back. And I think we have some changes. Jason, you want to talk to us about it?
Yeah, Cannon Thurman, number 4, moves from first base to the bump for the Mavericks. Replacing him at first base is number 1, Bryce Alexander, who moves over from second. Casey Cross, the former pitcher, moves to third. And Grant Jones, the former third baseman, moves over to second.
All right, you're going to have to give that all to me later.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of information in a short amount of time. But Cannon Thurman's the big one that I wanted to know about is he's back on the mound. Or up on the mound, not back on the mound. And his first pitch is going to be fouled back as Jonathan Orr, who got a double his last bat.
Scored both times he's been up, walked the second inning, and now hit that double. So want to keep that rolling.
And another good pitch. That one's in there for a strike as well. So who's at first now? And what's at second?
Yes.
And that's going to be outside.
Your first baseman is Alexander.
Gotcha. Little timeout by the umpire. I think Deuce had to adjust some equipment there. Here's a pitch inside, foul back. Good way to stay alive. And I'm guessing Cross is now at second?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
At second now is Grant Jones.
Okay.
Third base is now Cross.
Good Lord. Talk about fruit basket turnover. Oh. Calls that one inside, and I think Orr knew it. He kind of nodded his head. Either he knew it or he was just going to accept it.
I think in the little quick chat with him and Wilcox, I think he was saying that he basically aims that pitch at the shoulder.
Yeah, and it comes down.
And it's breaking right in there.
Yeah. So Wilcox, who's had 2 sacrifice bunts on the game, now just swings at the first one. And I think we fixed the scoreboard situation because it's showing top of the 5th now.
Awesome.
And that's going to be hit by a pitch, and he did aim at the shoulder.
The back shoulder.
And that'll put a runner on first for Keaton Whittle.
See if he does history and hits 2 in a row.
So we're going to have a courtesy runner. It's going to be Gavin Goetz.
He's usually a starter, but he was taking a rest today, which they're allowed to do.
He plays a lot of center field, so he's usually running quite a bit.
And a good little bunt right back up. And Cross is going to get it over. Oh, and that's going to go into outfield, but a good job to stay there is Sailor Wilcox stays at second.
Step to the plate next, number 2, third baseman, Ace Vesley.
But the ground out happens, 2 outs now. Wilcox does go 90 feet.
You know, I got to shout out Aiden Green out there in center field. He's picking up his cap from left center. He was there to help back up that throw. Great hustle by the Mavericks center fielder.
And if he hadn't been there, no telling what would have happened. And that's going to be a hit short right field. And Griffin comes up to make the catch, so that's 3 down. As Vasquez flies out. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. That was a quick, kind of a 4 up, 4 down, so to speak. That was a quick outing. And the top of the 5th, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Today's
Rocking it out a little bit to a little Creed on 90. Oh, sorry, had a little radio flashback. Classic rock on. No, I can't call it classic rock. A bunch of people my age just went, what?
Okay, now I'm going to say, did you ever listen to Y99?
No, I did not.
See, I'm older than you, see.
So Grant Jones is stepping in to the batter's box.
Boom! There it is!
And Jackson still on the mound. I love when people get right behind us and yell. Does it again, and no, doesn't get the call. So 1-1. Well, we couldn't have 2 perfect calls like that. I think that was a little bit low.
Come on, go get him, go get him.
So 2-1 the count to Jones. And here's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be hit over to Vasquez. Vasquez gets it, throws it over. Mason Johnson with the stretch and the catch. I'm a poet and didn't know it.
I'm just impressed with Jones. He busted it down the line. Made that closer than it even had to be.
True. Aiden Green stepping in. He had a strikeout his last at bat. One of 2. Well,
3.
Technically 3.
Yeah.
For Jackson. That's going to be fouled away.
Cue shot.
Here's the pitch. And it is there, but no call. So 1-1. That pitch has been called a strike up until about 2 innings ago. And now it's not called one anymore. So not understanding, but. And that's going to be a little dinker up to Jackson, who just does a little toss.
Yeah, and had it bounced just a little higher with green speed, might have been able to beat that out. But
Yeah.
played perfectly by Braden Jackson.
Back to the top of the lineup, Casey Cross. 2 outs. Jackson's still pretty good in the pitch count area. 59 pitches so far in the ball game. And that's going to be fouled straight down and then stopped. Steps in. Jackson ready. In the windup. And a fly ball fouled out. And now Cross finds himself down in the count of 0-2.
Think you get a chase pitch here?
Yeah, I think he's going to go high and outside, see if he can get something. And he didn't go high and outside, but he did get him to chase. And a good job by Cross to kind of stay alive and in there as best he can.
Yeah, spoiled that one. That's my favorite part about high school baseball right there is you got the catcher talking to their pitcher. Look, they're comparing fingers now because that one's shorter than this one because I done took 20 foul balls off of it.
So Cross steps in. Jackson looks over his glove. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be high and onside. There's the chase pitch that he didn't get. But Cross, being a pitcher himself, I think was expecting that one. 1-2. Here it comes. That's inside. So Jackson, he's settled down a little bit. And there's the swing and a miss for a strike 3, and out number 3.
Dropped the hammer on him there.
So a great job. That's got us through 5, and we'll head to the 6th inning here in Marshall. Your score, Whitehouse 9, Marshall 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we are back rocking out to a little Queen here in Marshall. On Rockin' NETSN. All right, lady. Sorry about that. I think we're back at the top of the lineup, aren't we, Jason?
Yep, we are at 1, 2, 3
So
for the Wildcats.
Ben Reed will head up here in the top of the 6th for the top of the lineup. Wildcats need a couple of runs to get that 10-run rule coming in. Now we still have to go to the bottom of the 6th and hold. Wildcats need to hold the Mavs. But right now, 9-1 is where they've been.
First inning, last inning, they hadn't scored.
It's going to be outside for Thurman. Thurman's a little bit tough. He's got a little bit more velocity than Cross did. Cross had the finesse. Thurman has the velo on it, as you call it. 2-0 the count.
Trust me, I call it that because I never had it.
Here's the kick of the pitch. Outside. All been outside here with 3-0. So here's your throwaway pitch. I think if you're Reed, you just watch. Unless it's a meat pitch. And either way, he's going to head down to first.
4-pitch walk brings that decisive run to the plate.
There you go.
Second baseman number 6, JoJo Adams.
JoJo Adams with the double the last time he was up.
Wait for a strike, JoJo.
And JoJo with the ability to get things done. That one straight down the pipe. I think JoJo was just setting up his timing here.
Yeah, that, and I mean, he hadn't thrown a strike yet this inning, so he was going to probably watch until he threw a strike. Ooh.
Oh. So it's a strike on that one, but it's not a strike on the other one. But that's the way we'll work it.
that was on the inside part, so sometimes they'll give you that on. Some of them can see the inside better than outside. Oh, that's hit.
That's a hit by pitch. So that'll put 2 on.
Well, it's still nobody out.
And that'll bring up Maddox Evans. He struck out his last time, so hopefully he's going to make up for it. He's wanting to. So he'll step up. Runners on first and second, nobody out for the Wildcats. They lead 9-1 here in the top of the 6th. He's going to square around for a bunt, and pull back is a little low. Now Maddox has been able to, throughout the season, we've seen him. He's got a very good bunt down the third base line, and he's got the speed to back it up.
Yeah, and you want that one to die right about even with the pitcher's mound. So.
And what you don't see is you don't see the third baseman moving up.
No.
To do anything yet, which
he's not going to move because he's got that runner.
Yeah.
So it's the pitcher's responsibility is going to be this side of the infield, and.
So yeah, Thurman's going to have to pop off that mound.
Yeah, and it's tough for a righty because if you're finishing your pitch, you're gonna either come straight down or you're even gonna potentially go a little to the first base side.
You're coming off the wrong side of the mound, and he's gonna put it right back to it though. And the throw over to first is in time, and they're gonna bring the run home, and they get him at home.
Yeah, good throw.
And a very good throw, good play, smart play. And Reed thought that he had gone underneath the tag.
Number 3, Alex Robert.
But now 2 down and 1 on.
Yeah, you got A-Rod coming up, 3 for 3 on the day.
Yeah, you have the potential to put a run on the board here, but I'm skeptical. I don't know why they sent the runner from third. He may have seen something that we didn't see. That's going to be outside for a ball.
With 2 outs, I wonder if you just try to get A-Rod to chase. He's 3 for 3, so do you get him just to chase? And if you put him on, you got 2 open bases.
Yeah. Just tell him to just, I think that was your. Yeah, it looked like that went down and hit him.
It went down, hit Rodriguez in the shoulder, and bounced into the fair territory.
Yeah.
The plate umpire did not see it hit Rodriguez, but the field umpire had it and was calling the foul ball.
And he did a good job to appeal to the field umpire and not kind of take control on his own. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
And that's going to go all the way to the backstop, and we're going to have a play at the plate. And he calls him out.
Yeah,
And another. And we're going to have a little discussion as JoJo Adams kind of talked to the umpire. The umpire kind of talked back. So, but that was unfortunately the way it goes. A-Rod will be back up to bat at the top of the 7th. And we're going to head for a commercial. We'll be right back.
Today's real estate market is loud. Rates are up, homes sit longer, and your cousin's advice is straight from TikTok. You don't need someone to sell you something. You need someone to walk you through it.
I'm Jamie Whitley, your local expert in the calm in your real estate storm. If life's telling you it's time to make a move, I'll help you do it without making you lose your mind or your money. Let's find your next move together.
And we are back, ready to start the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Thurman. And we have a new pitcher for the Wildcats, Jared Beaumont, now on the mound, as they went ahead and took Jenkins out. So Beaumont ready to get things started. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high. Coach Branch and the umpire had a little conversation there at the end of the last inning. Just trying to figure out the calls and what's going on. That's going to be low and outside.
Yeah, it never hurts to ask what he's seeing or what he saw on a particular play.
And that's going to go to the shortstop side as Ben Reed gets it over there.
Strong throw by Reed.
Yeah, that was nice. So out number 1. Yeah, he's got an arm. Oh, he's got a cannon over there. Jack Weaver now stepping in.
I've got him down as 2 for 3 on the day.
He had a base hit his last at bat. That's going to be outside. That's was really in the other batter's box. And that's going to go straight center field. Whittle is back and makes the catch for out number 2. Good job by Keaton Whittle. He just kept running backwards. I wasn't sure where that was going to go. But he had a beeline on it for the entire time and made the catch.
You know, I wish this is when we had like the stat track or something where you could see the angle, the efficiency, because, I mean, it looked great from here. He turned, and that was the only way he was going to get to that.
Yeah.
Reached up, snagged it. Great play.
Bryce Alexander stepping in. He flew out his last at bat. That's going to be low and outside for a ball. That's high for ball 2. So it looks like this game's going to go the distance. It's going for speed. Oh, sorry. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be fouled back for a strike, so now it's 2-1.
Yeah, and it seems like for whatever reason, the games when we're furthest away.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah, when we go back, when we see Texas High,
Yeah.
they're going to go extras. I'm going to call it now.
And then I'm going to just have to hurt you.
If that happens, I'll pay for the hotel room.
I think it's a Friday game anyway, so we're good on that one. Oh, he calls that one a strike. I think he swung on it. I think it's what he's calling.
Yeah, he called a swing. I was waiting to see if they were going to appeal it. If
Yeah, I was
call
too.
it.
Full count. Here's the pitch. And wow, down, I guess, is the call. And so with that walk, Aldo Enriquez heads to the plate with his awesome song, the Parenting Win song.
That's it.
That's a little high.
And you know, with Beaumont on the mound now, you got a righty, so I'm wondering if the Mavericks are going to be a little more aggressive on first base because they can get just a little more.
Yeah. That's a high pop fly infield, and Johnson's going to call everybody off and make the catch for out number 3. Tell you what, Beaumont kind of almost got in the way.
Yeah.
And Johnson's like, move.
Dang, pitchers.
I can't go on with that music reference, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
oh, yeah.
All right, we're done with
Luda.
this.
Oh, my bad.
We're going to the top of the 6th, or excuse me, top of the 7th. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN.
I'm Jamie Whitley, your local expert in the calm in your real estate storm. If life's telling you it's time to make a move, I'll help you do it without making you lose your mind or your money. Let's find your next move together.
I can feel the blood creeping up.
We're back here in Marshall. 9-1 is your score. It's been this way for a few innings, and Wildcats just can't seem to get anything across home plate. They tried a couple of times in the last inning, but they were caught at home plate. Good job by the Mavs to get them stopped, but the Mavericks haven't been able to get anything in either. They just got the one run across. We're in the final inning of the ball game, and so we're going to see what both teams can do, and barring anything spectacular happening, this is going to be the final inning of the ball game. A-Rod is back at the plate. He was there to end the inning last inning when one of the runners got out at home, and so he will start things here in the top of the 7th. That's going to be outside for a ball.
That's it, Alec. Wait for yours. Drive it.
Thurman still on the mound for the Mavs. Both teams into their second pitchers of the game. And that one's going to be a good solid hit. He was a little in front
Fight so much fun.
and puts that one into the fence of the dugout.
You got this, 3.
He ripped that one.
Yeah, if he'd have waited just a beat, that one would have been down the right field line and a stand-up double for him. And that one's back at us. Hey, man, I was just kidding. All right. Why they always got to come back for violence? I don't understand.
Chose violence.
He chose violence. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to A-Rod as Alex Rodriguez looks in. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Thurman. It's going to be outside. Wanted him to go fishing, but I don't think Alex Rodriguez likes to fish because he didn't go for that one. Now we got even count of 2. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's going to be fouled backwards, so he's staying alive.
Keep it rolling.
He's doing his impression of the Bee Gees.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to hit that high note.
Thank you. Thurman looks in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. Runs even.
Kudos for the frame attempt on the.
Oh yeah, he tried
on the batter's box.
Yeah, Deuce Hurd has done a great job of his Academy Award-winning performance frames, which makes him a pretty dang good catcher.
Oh yes.
And that's going to be high and outside for a walk, and so Rodriguez works himself from a 1-2 count to a walk down to first base.
Next up to the plate, number 19.
So now
Johnson.
Mason Johnson's going to step in. He struck out his last at bat. So he's due. He wants to get on there. He's going to try real hard in this one. I guarantee you. He wants something.
Yeah, he still ain't having a day to spit at. He's still 1 for 3.
And he's done spectacular in the field.
Well, like I said, I say he's 1 for 3. You're 0 for 3. He's the one we debate on.
He's done spectacular
But
in the
he
field.
has done spectacular. We will agree.
Thurman looking in. Here's the pitch. Swung and missed. And I felt the wind from that one.
Yeah, he's not getting cheated at all on his swing.
Mm-mm.
It's just a lot of body to move, too.
I understand.
Got this 1-9.
Let's go, Mason.
He squares for the bunt. And it's going to be hit and run called for. He pulls back and fouls it back. And Rodriguez is going to have to come back to first. So Johnson finds himself down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And he's squared up. That's kind of scary to do when you're I know it's a mind game.
Yeah, you're almost guaranteed it's going to be a slash.
I mean, you're up 9-1, so I understand that, but he fouls that one off as well.
I think he's got to. If he's going to slash, I think he's got to break a little sooner. He's not getting the bat back in time to start his swing before the ball's already on top of him, and he's just barely catching it at the end.
Yeah.
He's got a great idea. I mean, he's definitely making them think they generally know what's coming. But he's made contact with both of them.
Oh, and a hit by pitch. And Johnson's going to head down to first. That's a lot of hit by pitches today against the Wildcats.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to count them real quick. What? 1, 2.
I got 5. How many you got?
Yeah, I got 5.
You got 5 on it?
You are correct.
Good deal.
Yeah, I got 5 on it. Yeah.
Hey, look who's coming up to bat.
Oh, man.
Big Country coming up to bat.
Now stepping to the plate, number 27, Bryce Bryan.
So Bryce Bryan stepping in as designated hitter for Jonathan Orr.
I'm just putting BC for Big Country.
I'm just upset he's not wearing his yellow gloves.
Looks like.
We got a new runner.
Yeah, pinch runner is number 4. That's Mr. Cook.
Yep, Hunter Cook. So nobody out. 2 on now for the Wildcats. And Bryce Bryan stepping in. Multicolored shoes. And swung and a miss.
And it is tough coming off the bench, cold.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But I guarantee you there's some great things being said at home plate. He's always got something just.
Swing and a miss. So he's not going to let it pass there. He's got down 0-2. He makes a connection. And a great job by Hurd to block that one. So explain to me something real quick. We got nighttime game. Why would you put eye black on?
Well, there was a little sun, but you do get glare from the lights.
Gotcha. I mean, was it really, legitimate question?
Yeah. Yeah, you will get glare from those. I wasn't an outfielder, so I didn't really care.
Ooh. And struck him out looking. And Brian heading back to the dugout, not very happy with himself. But again, it is hard to come off cold.
And that was a great off speed.
Now Wilcox heading in. He was hit by a pitch. His last at bat.
Had a couple sack bunts before that.
Here it is. We got a run. Play at third.
Got him.
He said he got him. I didn't even see a tag. It's not a force play at third. Did he tag him?
I didn't really see it, but it's called strike.
So it is a called strike. So an out at third. And that's going to be 2 down for Wilcox. He's going to foul that one back for a strike. So now he's like 0-2. I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't a tag. I just didn't see one.
I didn't see it get down, but like I said, it was going to be on the backside where I couldn't see it, but I didn't see his arm go down. But doesn't mean it didn't happen.
And that's strike 3, so that's going to end the top of the 7th. We're going to head to the bottom of the 7th. And again, barring anything spectacular, which can happen, we've seen it happen before, this will be the final of the game. We'll be right back as the Mavs are going to come in and try to come up with something great in this bottom of the 7th.